Hello and welcome to the Indicator Warehouse. In today's video, I am going to go over how the risk side of the newly enhanced Trade Manager works, how to use it, and how to place your orders. One of the things I want to point out, one of the key enhancements that we have had with the new Trade Manager is everything that you need to do regarding your stop management as well as risk management can all be done here on the fly, right here on your chart. There's no more going back in, having to right click, go to the indicator. Everything you need is right here on your chart. So let's go ahead and then let's get started. The first thing that I'd like to point out there are two different models. There is a risk model, which risks a percentage according to your account size. There's a volatility model, which is based on overall market movement. And then actually there's a third model. If you want to bypass the risk side of Trade Manager altogether, all you've got to do is just click it over here to manual. I prefer the risk model in accordance with the size of my account, so I'm going to use that for this demonstration. By default, it is set to 1%. Now, what you can do is you can come down here and, like I said, on the fly, right here on your chart, you can just go ahead and you can increase your risk right here on the chart. The next thing that I want to point out, and again, another enhancement with what we can do on the fly as far as the risk side of Trade Manager goes, is this handy drop down button right here. Go ahead and drop it down and you're going to see that there are 4 different order types: stop, limit, as well as a market order. Now, for stop limit, I want to go ahead and point out, if we look up here to the top, it's going to say stop limit ticks. This is the number of ticks that you will allow in order for a trade to fill. So if you've got it set to 1, which is what it's set to by default, basically what that means is you will allow 1 tick worth of slippage in order to accept that trade. I'm currently looking at the CL 213 contract, and the CL moves pretty fast. So for my stop limit, I like to set it at about 2 or 3. For this demonstration, however, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to stick with the plain old buy or sell stop. And again, all adjustable here on the fly. The next thing that I'm going to point out regarding the risk aspect of Trade Manager is this. Down here, you're going to notice targets 1, 2, and 3, and then there's a runner. And these are all calculated in percentage. What I want to do is this. I want my first position to come off at target 1, and I want 50% of the overall position to come off. For target number 2, I want, let's just say 30% of the position to come off at target number 2. So now I have it set up so 50% of my contracts will come off on target 1, 30% will come off at target 2, and then I'm going to leave my third target open. 20% is going to be on my runner. Okay, for this demonstration, we don't really have a valid signal here in accordance with our Eagle Trend Trader regarding the rules in order to take a short trade. But for the demonstration, I want to go ahead and I want to show you exactly how this works. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can place your orders. The first way, with the risk model and with the percentages that we've set up down here, all I've got to do is set my prices, which my order should go right here at 90.02 where the hash mark is. I'm going to make my stop kind of tight, and then all I need to do is manually place the targets wherever I want to put them here on my chart. Very simple. It's very easy to do. You're going to see that automatically Risk Manager knows that if I'm risking 5% of my account, it knows that I can trade 35 contracts, which is what we see right here. We do have an odd number, so right at about 50%, 17 contracts come off at target number 1, and then 10 contracts are going to come off here at target number 2, and the remaining contracts are what's going to be used as my runner. Now, perhaps you may not want to place those targets manually with your mouse here on the chart. Perhaps you do what I like to do sometimes, and I like to just use tick targets. So this is yet another enhancement we have added to the newly enhanced Trade Manager. We've added the tick targets, and all you've got to do to get to that is just click tick targets right here. And again, on the fly, you can change these right on your chart. So I'm going to leave target number 1 here at 10 ticks. I'm going to make target number 2 20 ticks, and then I'm going to go ahead and with my risk model, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set the prices again. So I'm going to set prices. My order needs to be here. I'm going to put my stop here at about 90.17. And as you can see here, it's allowing me to place 33 contracts, and it's also got my targets already picked out. There's 10 ticks, and then there's 20 ticks, and then the remainder is going to be my runner. Now the risk model and the volatility model work the same in how we place our orders. There's one other way that you can place your order, and if you'd like, you can place your order manually, where we're not even going to take any type of risk model into consideration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and let's just do it. I'm going to leave it at 50% for target 1, 30% for target 2, and then I'm going to leave the remaining 20% as my runner. So let's just say I want to trade 10 contracts. I adjust the quantity up here. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to set my prices. And again, I'm going to set it here right at about 90.01. I'll put my stop here. And as you can see, it's allowing me to trade 10 contracts. 5 are going to come off here at the first target. 3 are going to come off, or 30% are going to come off at my second target, and then the remaining 2 contracts, or 20% of the entire position, is going to come off, well, whenever our stops decide to take us out. All right, well, I hope you found this video to be informative. And if you have any questions whatsoever regarding the newly updated and enhanced Trade Manager, please don't hesitate to contact any of the team members here at Indicator Warehouse. Thanks and have a great day.